Hello, this is Christian. Welcome to episode 2. Now, in this section of the video, we're going to implement the features to allow user to either see or not see these actions here. Okay, so if you're not signed in as I'm right now, I should not be able to see this column at all. And also, I want to show a message in the top right. Just say welcome guest if you're not signed in, and if you are signed in, then you will say a message to say welcome and then your username. And then when you go to Vue Guestbook, you should be able to see these actions here. Okay, so let's go and see how this is done. That will be the function for the Vue. I showed the guestbook here, right? So same thing here. This part here should not be shown. So again, perform the logic here. So put here as say if it's not set, or if it's set, right? It's set the session, oh, not that one, session of user. If that is set, then go ahead and show this. Otherwise, don't. Okay, I could leave it like that. That's fine. Or just to be safe, just wrap it with that curly brace. Okay, and down here, just close it with the curly brace. Okay, so I have the same logic for the other one. I'm going to copy this, and same thing down here, right? I want to show this column only when the user is signed in. Otherwise, I should not show it. Come on. Okay, so now that should be hidden. And so let's see what that looks like. Might be ugly. Okay, 76, that's an error. Let's see if session, oh yeah, got to put that here and then close it here. All right. Okay, so let's save that again. Refresh. All right, you see that the buttons are gone, although I have some formatting issue here. And when I log in, then I have access to those, right? You can see here. When I log out, and I don't see that. So let's fix this. Li, maybe just adding some TDs. Yeah, if I go in here, put maybe like a padding 10. Yeah, 10, or maybe like, yeah, 10. I guess 10 should be fine. So I'm going to go add some padding for the TD. Back in here in my CSS. And by the way, if you notice, if I click on the structure on the left side, you see all your code here, right? It helps you a lot. And also, same with your code here. If I go to register, if I click on the structure, you see all my code over here. I don't see this part, but my function is very helpful. You can see all my functions here, and just take me right to that area. If you want to see both of them, the file name and the structure, you basically click on the structures on the left side here and drag it towards the bottom half of the screen here and let it go down here. So when you open that, you have two windows open here. So you can have your main CSS here, or whatever file you have, and then you can just go right into that location. Okay, so this is kind of really helpful. So I want to add a padding to my table. So you can see here my guest table. Here it is, my TH. So I'm going to do something similar here for the TR. I'll say guest book table, and I wanted the TD to have a padding of 10 px. Maybe I just, put the same as this one here, which is fine too. But anyways, okay, so I add that there, and that should, I think, fix that padding issue. So here we refresh that again. Here we go. So it looks a bit nicer. When I log in, I'm able to see the buttons. It's much larger. I log out, and I don't see them. Okay, so also when I navigate to, like, for example, when I log in, if I navigate to the edit page, I'm able to see the edit information here using this page, right? So when I log out, I should not be able to go there. So that means if I go edit, just do something really simple here, ID1, edit.php. Okay, see, I should not be able to see this because I'm not logged in. Okay, so that means you want to redirect that to the home page. So let's do that really quick. So in here, in the edit page, at the very top here, after the config, right? I want to check to see if it's logged in. So you could do something like this. Say if it's not set, the session of user. If that's the case, then header, send it back to the index page. Okay, so you can put that in every page that has some restrictions. I can put that here. I could put it into the update page as well, or whichever page you need to do, like delete page, for example, same thing, right? I can put that here as well. So you can say, okay, well, this is the same as the other one. So instead of doing this way, it's better to put it to a function. So here we go. I can say something like, I'm going to go to my function file, and maybe on the very top here, I will add something here. Maybe a function called isAllowed, right? And paste my code in here. If it's true, then redirect that. Otherwise, they're good, right? So save that, and then now in my edit page, I replace this just with the isAllowed function. And that takes care of that. My delete is same thing, isAllowed. And there we go. So now when I log into my site, if I go back home again, I'm not signed in. If I should try to edit the page, right? You can see that it takes me right back to the home page. I'm not allowed to do that. If I go to the delete page, same thing. It directs me back to the home page. Once I'm signed in, then if I go to the edit page, you see that I'm able to access it because I'm already signed in. Okay, so that's how you use sessions to manage state and also to disallow someone to, edit your page. And then the last one we want to do is to put a message here on the screen to allow the user to see the message, right? So let's go to the code one more time. And this time I'm going to add, we're going to try it and see and add it to the index page here. So right here is the navigation, the title of our guestbook. And I want to put it right below here, right? So I can say something like div, and then maybe I put here a class called user login, something like that. And I put the message here. Message would be like welcome, and then either guest or the actual username. Okay, so welcome guest, something like that, right? If you're not signed in, then you're going to see this welcome guest, and I'm going to float this to the right of my screen. Okay, so it looks nicer, and instead of having it right there like that. So if I go to my page, go here, you see that my message is here. I want to float that to the right, and then it will show guest here. When I sign out, it will say welcome guest. When I sign in, I'm going to show my name here. Okay, so let's go and fix that CSS first. I'll call it user login. So in my CSS, I'm going to put maybe at the bottom here, I guess. Here is the user message. I put here a user login, and I'm going to float it to the right. And I'm going to have a relative. A position will be, I'll make that relative, and then maybe the bottom will be something like, I don't know, 3M or something. So it's not sitting on the orange, the light orange area. I don't know, we'll see. So let's see. Yeah, so something like that, right? You can, modify that. Maybe you sit right below here, which is okay too, but it says right, hello guest. You can make some padding on the right, also margin as well. But for now, it's good. And so now we need to show the message. When I go to the view page, see, I don't see that anymore. I want that to be on every page. So again, you don't want to go and then redo that for every single page. Again, fall back to functions, all right? So in my index page, say, okay, so as you can see, every page I have has the same layout, right? So my header, so it looks exactly the same as my index. So instead of doing this way, again, I'm going to copy and move all of this out to a function in here, and I'll call it function show header, and then just paste it right in here. It's so it's all here, right? And then now, because it's in there, I can go back to my files, and in here I'll put PHP show header. And I'll copy this and update all my files. The delete down here in the header section, replace with that. And my edit page, my index, I got that already. Log in, eventually going to have that. Log out, I don't need that. Register, yeah, I'm going to have that as well. We'll modify this later. And then my sign up will also have the same function. So here we go. And then now I just have to basically fix this. So the same logic applies to the navigation. I would say guest, so that means I can do something like this. I have a variable called user, or user is guest if it's not signed in, and I can check if the is set session of user. If that is true, then go ahead and assign user to that. Right? And then now here we'll just say welcome and then equals the user with the dot. Okay, so it would say either the user as a guest or the actual username when they're signed in. So let's save this and refresh our pages. So here we go, back to the home page. You can see I'm really logged in, so it shows my name here, right? Because in my login, I had the name hard-coded in. So in my login, wherever it is, I put it in here as a string. Okay. So when I log in, as you can see, every page I go to, I need to refresh that. Well, the view, I didn't do the view yet. So here's the sign, the home, edit. Edit also has it, so the view didn't have it. Let's modify the view, and then we should be good here. So the view, this part will have a show header. So here we go. So here's my view, the message here. When I log out, here we go, it says guest. Okay, so every page you go to now, it says guest, and so on. All right, so this is the end of this video. In the next video, we'll be doing the registration page and then also creating databases and to complete this assignment. If you have any questions, please let me know.